Alrighty, I have a construction update for you guys today. So as you can see, here is that black track that you saw on the drone. This is going to be for inside the mountain. Now, interestingly enough, what's going on inside the mountain for construction is they are currently working on the new water system that is going to house the 3 falls. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that all 3 waterfalls are working next season. Because Wonderland is currently working on upgrading that water system inside the mountain in order to have those 3 waterfalls working. So definitely very excited about that. I've also heard that they're digging 300 holes to actually enclose the launch section for AlpenFury. So that's crazy. That's exciting news. Can't wait to see what the launch tunnel looks like, but 300 holes to house that launch tunnel is absolutely insane. So basically, how it works is all this black track that you see that's going to be arriving is going to be for the launch section / inside the mountain section. So as soon as you enter the mountain and launch and then exit, that track's going to be black, and then it'll go back to that sky blue color that you see right here before you. So the track is definitely taking a lot longer than expected to arrive. As I expected and have told you guys, they are currently manufacturing this track and painting it and sending it. So it's definitely going to be a long process. I still expect them to start work very shortly because you have to insert some of these pieces before you do the construction on them, i.e. the station and that launch tunnel. You're going to need the track in there. That being said, the amount of footings that are all over this plot of land is insane. It is footings everywhere in the Skyrider section, in this Wonder Mountain Guardian area. It's just insane the amount of footings, and there's that one massive one that is right for the pullout of that first inversion drop. So that's exciting. That's a lot of forces. There's also a really large one near the end, right as the coaster is supposed to do a little airtime moment. There's a massive footing there as well. It's crazy to think that this coaster is going to interact with so many rides. Wonder Mountain's Guardian, Vortex. I even had to take a moment yesterday to realize that the moment that it goes upside down right before that last bunny hop towards the brake run, it's going over Vortex's drop. It's insane how many rides this coaster is going to interact with. That being said, they are nearing completion on the caissons and footings. So right near the end, the final little stretch, the bunny hop, and the last little pass through under Vortex's lift, through Vortex's lift towards the brake run. They're just finishing off those caissons. It's a very complex area. I was surprised they're able to do it without ripping up this area. I was half expecting them to have to rip up a lot of those stonework, but they're doing it without doing that. So they did the caissons. Obviously, it's smart to get the caissons in the ground before the ground freezes, before temperatures drop below 0, because you can insert a little carpentry tent around the footing part of it, and you can dry it with a heater. I saw that with Yukon Striker when they were building Yukon Striker. So definitely they are benefiting from the warmer weather up here in the Toronto area right now. So they are almost done. That is good news. Almost done the footings. Then they're starting work on that 300 holes inside the mountain for the tunnel. But yeah, outside of that, there is, oh yes, there's a lot to talk about over by Shockwave and AlpenFest, but you guys are going to see that massive footing I was talking about in a second. It's right below the screen. I don't think I clued into it quite yet, but yeah, oh, right there. That's one of the caissons in the ground as well. So it is weird. It looks like they're avoiding pouring some of the caissons to avoid trapping their giant equipment. Over in the AlpenFest area, I keep having a play on words. Over in the AlpenFest area, a lot of conduit has arrived for the station, so they're definitely going to start work on the electrical for the station as well. That's really exciting. They have to reroute Shockwave and the Fly, as that power building powered a lot of the restaurants, the Icy building, the Fly, Shockwave, all that, the old Blauer Enzian station. I always have to make sure I pronounce it correctly because it's history. But over here, you can see the old electrical unit hasn't been completely ripped out. It's still coming out of the ground. So they'll probably just build a new power station there. Shockwave isn't going anywhere. It's already wrapped up for the season. But its queue line is, so 2/3 of its queue line was demolished to make way for the exit of AlpenFury and the gift shop. Again, it doesn't really pull that much of a crowd anymore, so they could probably be okay with just that small queue house moving forward. Obviously, it's going to fill up on a busy, hot summer day. But outside of that, it doesn't fill up as often as you guys think, so they'll probably be okay with just keeping that one little shelter for the queue for Shockwave. But definitely a lot of demolition. It looks like they're going to keep the old entrance buildings for Blower Ensign and not demolish them. So it looks like right now they're going to keep it. But, yep. A lot of, what do you call this, rebar cages that still need to be built are here on site. So that's probably for the station structure and theming and other buildings in Alpenfest. Over in Extreme Skyflyers plot of land, it's just crazy. It's like a sea of footings. But that area is done outside of 2 footings. So the caissons were dug for 2 more footings. The reason that they're having a little difficulty with some of these other footings and caissons is there's gas lines, hydraulic lines, electrical lines, and they need the water evac truck to dig a footing, which is insane. That's a lot of work for a water excavation truck to do, but they need a water excavation truck to do some of these caissons and footings because there's a lot of pre-existing infrastructure that is in the way of some of these footings. So that is why this coaster is taking a little longer in some areas, i.e. right here. You'll see that they have taken a lot of time. The water truck has had to do them. It takes like a week for a water excavation truck to do like some of these really deep caissons for this coaster. So I thought that was really cool tidbit of information for you guys to pass on. I'm trying to learn as much from construction companies as possible to pass on to you guys for this coaster. So hopefully you're enjoying the little tidbits of information that I am sharing. This whole construction site is like a city. It's just like a hot mess of construction equipment, which I thought was funny because I know at the end of the day, this coaster is going to look nothing like what you're seeing right now before you. So definitely very excited for vertical construction to start. Hopefully it is starting this week coming. My only worry is the track shipments arriving so slowly. This is the power supply system / cooling system for the ice rink. It is insane on warmer days. Look how much it's frozen over. It is working in overdrive. I thought it was so cool that I just had to film it for you guys. Anyways, thanks so much for watching today's construction update. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Have a good one, guys. Bye.